Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading today may apply to all of you watching. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages the universe is sharing with us today, please. What do we need to know? I'm embarrassed when I think of what I've done. You know what, guys? Well, this tells us your person is definitely so much more aware now than they were before, because they are truly embarrassed when they think about how they treated you, how they treated this relationship, how they brought all of their chaos, their dysfunction, their toxic stuff into this relationship with you, and they know it didn't belong here, and they are embarrassed. For some of you, I do feel your person is just really disgusted with themselves for how they spoke to you, those words that they said that were really hard for you to hear, and they were harsh. And you know what? I feel for some of you out there, this person meant for them to be harsh because they wanted to bring an end to this relationship. All of this was self-sabotage, and they wanted to bring an end to it because they were fearful of what was happening. They knew when they met you that they could see this future with you. And it may have felt great for them for a while, and maybe you guys talked about planning a future together and building your lives together, and as that became very real to this person, they had to put on the brakes. They weren't ready. They knew their life was going to change significantly if they allowed themselves to keep going in this connection with you. So they slammed on the brakes. They threw up those walls. They allowed the bottom to fall out of this connection with you, perhaps by fighting and arguing, perhaps by creating this huge disconnect between the two of you, perhaps by just disappearing and vanishing and disappearing like a ghost from you and from this relationship. And they are embarrassed. They know that that was not adult behavior, and they certainly can acknowledge now that they should have treated you and this relationship better, because they're feeling the heaviness of all of this, as they should. They need to feel it. They got to feel it to heal it, to work through it, so they can work their way back to you, is what I'm hearing. Because that is what your person needs to feel and experience. They need to feel this embarrassment. They need to feel the regret within them for what they have done that has hurt this connection. I'm sorry I ignored you. And for those of you out there watching this reading, your person is probably still ignoring you because they've decided to ghost you. And that is a horrible thing to do to anybody, you guys. And I'm sorry that that is happening to you, but your person is basically saying here, I couldn't deal with what I was feeling for you. I couldn't deal with my emotions. I couldn't deal with this love because I wasn't ready for something this powerful, this strong, this deep. And so I just vanished. And I am a ghost at the moment, but I'm going to come back. I am going to return, and I am sorry for ignoring you. I'm sorry for ghosting you, but I couldn't understand what I was feeling when it was happening to me. And so the easiest thing for me to do was to just disappear, to just ignore you, to just vanish and try to think that this whole situation between the two of us was just a dream, that it wasn't real. But yet I keep having all these thoughts of you. I keep having all these memories of you, so I know it's real. But I won't ignore you again once I make my way back to you. But I am doing it in my time, the way that I need to do it, because I want to make sure that I am ready for you. I don't want to put the walls up again. I don't want to ignore you again. And I certainly don't want to run from you or ghost you again, because I am really embarrassed for my behaviors, for my hurtful words, for my toxic and dysfunctional actions that I brought into this connection with you from past relationships because my past relationships were toxic and dysfunctional, and I haven't really had a healthy relationship, and that's what you were trying to have with me, but I was afraid of what it meant. But during the time that we are away from each other, I am gaining a much greater understanding of what it means to be in a healthy relationship. And I am releasing all of my doubts, my fears, and my insecurities, because I don't want to be embarrassed anymore or disgusted with myself for my behaviors, for how I treated you. I don't want to do that to you again, and I don't want to do it to myself again either. The fear the fear inside me grew and grew, and I reacted badly. See, this makes sense with what we were talking about, guys. Your person knew that this was something significant when the two of you first met. They have always known that this connection between the two of you is real, and that it is significant, and that there is a higher purpose for the two of you being together. They see that, they know that, they get that. But they also knew that it meant that they were going to have to put on their big person pants and grow up. They knew that they were going to have to be accountable, responsible, be an adult. They knew that their life was going to change. And so what they're really ignoring is not so much you, but the fact that they didn't want their life to change. They wanted to stay in that immature mentality, that childish way of doing things. And that is what they have resisted, and that is what they've been running from. But they know that it's their fear. This is allowing them to address these things. They could feel that fear growing more and more by the day, knowing that this relationship with the two of you was moving towards commitment. And perhaps, yes, you guys had even talked about that, planning a future together, building a home together, moving in, getting engaged, getting married, having a family, whatever it was that you guys talked about. But the reality of it was starting to manifest in front of this person's eyes, and they were not ready. Yes, they should have had an adult conversation with you about this. They shouldn't have just bailed. They shouldn't have ignored you. They should have been an adult and explained things to you. But that as well has been one of the things that they've been running from. Why they've ghosted you, why they've been ignoring you. And they're acknowledging that it was their fear. And one day that fear just became too overwhelming for them. And it's sort of like exploded within them, or imploded, however it works best for you guys, and they just shut down. And that's what's caused them to behave the way they have. Not making excuses for them, because there are no excuses. It's time for them to grow up. It is time for them to be an adult and be a responsible, accountable adult in a healthy adult relationship. That is what needs to happen here. But this is what they're working on, because they're acknowledging that they're embarrassed by their behavior. So this tells us a lot. You are the plot twist I never saw coming. Yes, there's always a plot twist to our lives, and we never see these plot twists coming, right? I mean, let's face it. That's why they're called plot twists, because we're not supposed to be able to see them. And you know what? When we fall in love with someone, we don't see that coming either. It's not like we can sit there and make a plan. We can't build an Excel spreadsheet and title that spreadsheet, I am going to plan to fall in love, and this is how I'm going to make it happen. And then I'm going to list all of the things, all of the processes that I'm going to go through in order to fall in love with somebody. How I'm going to prepare myself, how I'm going to go out there and meet them, or put myself on a dating site to meet them, or whatever those things are, those swipey things where you swipe left or right. I don't know what those things are called, but whatever. So you can't really, well, you can do that, but you're not going to sit there and plot and plan some sort of thing about how you're going to meet the one that you're going to fall in love with, because love just happens, right? Love just happens. We can't control who we fall in love with, because love is something that comes from the heart and comes from the soul. And you are this plot twist your person never saw coming. They didn't plan on falling in love. They didn't plan on meeting someone like you. They didn't plan on seeing their life unfold before them as they envision this future with you. Again, plot, twist, surprise. Life is about to get different. And instead of embracing this magnificent journey the two of you have together at the time, or could have had at the time, your person chose to run away from it because the fear inside of them was growing and they reacted. And for many of you, perhaps your person even overreacted with their toxic and dysfunctional low vibration behavior and words, which is why they're embarrassed when they really reflect and consider what they've done to you to hurt you, also to this relationship, but they hurt themselves in the process because they haven't been able to escape any of it. It's still something that they carry with them. The feelings for you, the love for you, but they are releasing the fear because they want to make their way back to you. At least that's what I'm hearing anyway, that's coming in from the people upstairs. So yes, we can't control who we fall in love with, but your person is making their way back to you. So there's going to be another plot twist coming in your story with your person. I pray it's not over for us. And I do feel that this is something your person does. You know, many times we pray to meet someone that's going to fulfill all of our dreams, and then we screw it up because we meet the one and it's more like a plot twist, and then we create all of the problems that we create. And this is really what your person has done here. But they are saying, I hope it's not over for us. I pray every day that it's not over for us. I want to have this opportunity to start over with you because I know we belong together. I know that we have a future here with each other. And it is time for me to truly do something and start making my way back to you. I'm sorry for ignoring you. I'm sorry for running. I'm sorry for ghosting. And yes, I have so much regret for everything that I brought into this relationship. I shouldn't have done that. I should have treated you with more respect, with more dignity, with more love. And if my prayer is answered, that you are willing to give me another opportunity to be with you, I will make all of this up to you and then some. That is what your person is saying here. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today. Let's see what other messages are coming in from your person. Let's see what we need to know. What is happening here? What do we need to know, please? The Hangman. Well, the Hangman is all about making a sacrifice, right? And it does tell us that your person is going to be willing to make whatever sacrifices are necessary to have their prayers answered, to make their way back to you, to see if you're willing to open your door to them and give them this chance to start over with you. The Hanging Man is all about someone who wants to hold on to this relationship, and they see things now with much greater clarity and understanding than they did before. This is why they're able to say, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed. I am disgusted. I have so many regrets about how I treated you. But I understand now why I did these things, because of my fears, my insecurities, my old, icky, emotional stuff that I did not release before we started spending time together. I should not have done this. I shouldn't have brought this into this relationship. And I regret that and everything else. The Hangman is ruled by Pisces, so if you or your person have your sun, moon, or rising signs in Pisces, this can be a place of validation that there's a message in this reading for you. You don't have to be a Pisces for this reading to work for you. These are collective readings. We just call out the signs that go with the cards because many of our viewers have asked us to. The Hangman tells us your person sees the forest through the trees as he hangs on these trees here. And your person sees so much more now than they ever did before. And they are taking on a lot of this regret and a lot of this remorse, as they should, because this is also about them wanting to show up and apologize for you. Most importantly, it is about them wanting to hold on to this relationship and hold on to you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. This is the Knight of Wands. Interesting, actually. You know, the Hangman can indicate that things are at a bit of a stalemate between you and your person. Things are stuck, but they're about to get unstuck with that Knight of Wands showing up as the next card. The Knight of Wands is a fire sign, so that is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. But the Knight of Wands is all about wanting to charge in and create change in this connection. It is about your person wanting to bring in actually many more plot twists to this connection between the two of you, because this is about your person taking action. Now, all knights think, and they spend some time thinking, but the Knight of Wands gets upon that horse and charges in to stir everything up, kind of like the Tasmanian devil, and get everything out of this place of stagnation and get things moving. And this is the energy of your person coming towards you. The Knight of Wands is not someone who's going to ignore you. The Knight of Wands will charge in and show you that yes, they are a different person now. This card tells us your person wants to have more adventures with you. They see you as someone who's very funny, very charismatic, very spontaneous. They want to spend time with you. They want to laugh with you. They want to love with you. This is about your person wanting to show up. All of a sudden, out of the blue, you're going to have another plot twist in this connection with your person, because this is about them. This Knight of Wands is all about your person coming towards you with a whole lot of passion and a whole lot of energy, wanting to talk and explain all of this to you. Speaking of talking, this is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay, guys, this is actually pretty cool. The Ace of Swords is also a card of clarity. Your person being able to see clearly now, having breakthroughs, being able to have these epiphanies that they have needed, being able to make a decision about what they're going to do, about how they're going to show back up here and get things unstuck and get things moving. The Ace of Swords, though, is the sword of truth, and it tells us your person is going to be real, honest, authentic with you. No more need for them to be embarrassed, because they won't do embarrassing things like hurting you the way they have in the past. The Ace of Swords is a card that tells us your person is going to initiate communication with you. This is about them getting things flowing in terms of contact between the two of you. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? What do we need to know? Well, this is Judgment. Well, Judgment is all about your person judging themselves very harshly for how they have acted and behaved concerning this connection between the two of you. And they do definitely want to do things differently between the two of you as they come back and start talking to start rebuilding this relationship with you. But Judgment as well is about restoring this connection. It is about reconciliation. It is about reunion. And it is about your person saying here, yes, I am growing up. I am judging myself. I am taking responsibility for all of the things that I did wrong in this relationship. I don't want to do this again. I want to make my way back to you, and I want this opportunity to start fresh with you, to start over with you, if you are willing to give me this chance. I don't even know if you are. I have so much regret and so much remorse for how I treated you, and I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed. I will never act or behave in those ways again. I will not ignore you. I will not mistreat you. I will be there for you in the way that I need to be there for you, because I want this relationship with you. I want to start over, because I am praying all the time that it is not over for us. And prayer as well belongs to this Judgment card. It is about divine guidance. It is about the people upstairs trying to help the situation, the dynamic between you and your person, to be able to heal, to be able to allow the two of you to have this reconciliation and this restoration of this connection with each other. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? Well, this is the Four of Cups. And this Four of Cups is about your person kind of kicking themselves. Well, not kind of. This is about your person kicking themselves in their own booty because they miss this opportunity to be with you. This is about them feeling this sorrow, this sadness, this remorse. And here it is. Guilt, regret, remorse. Because they didn't have their eye on the ball. They weren't ready for this relationship. And they were perhaps very neglectful of you as well. While the two of you were together, while you were spending time together, they perhaps did not give you the love, the attention, the communication that you needed in terms of this partnership, in terms of this relationship, even if you were just getting to know one another, because they were fearful and they knew that something was developing between the two of you. So they chose to focus on something else. Perhaps they were focused on work. Perhaps they were focused on taking care of their family. Perhaps they were focused on going to the gym or whatever it is. This is about your person acknowledging that, yes, they screwed up because they did not give you the focus or the love, the compassion, the understanding that you needed. And that is what they're saying here with this Four of Cups being present. But your person wants to make their way back to you, and they are praying that it's not over for the two of you. That Judgment card has a double meaning in this reading today. It is about them wanting to restore this relationship, or hoping that you're going to restore this relationship. But it's also about them judging themselves because of how they treated you, of how they acted. It's why they're embarrassed. It's why they feel regret. It's why they're ashamed of themselves. But through this judging themselves, it is allowing them to see and understand that they shouldn't miss an opportunity to be with you again, which is why they're going to put forth the effort and energy to make it happen between the two of you. If they could just turn back time with this time machine, yeah, wouldn't that be great to just turn it all back and do it better if we have a do-over? But you can't turn the clock back, unfortunately. All you can do is move forward and learn from your mistakes and learn from the things that you did wrong. But this is also what is happening here for your person. They are learning. They have an understanding because they are embarrassed. This shows us that they're growing up. This shows us that they're taking the responsibility that they need here and taking ownership of all the stuff that they did wrong in this relationship, for allowing their fear to override their better judgment, allowing their fear to override their clear decision making, allowing their fear to kind of like get in the way of everything. And this is why they're embarrassed. This is why they don't like themselves very much right now. It's why they feel guilty. It's why they feel regret. And it's why they feel remorse. And they want to do so much better with you moving forward. And that is what they will do. And you will see this difference in your person. You will see them taking action. You will see them being more expressive of their feelings. Because remember, with that Hanging Man, your person wants to hold on to you and to this relationship. And if they get their prayer answered here, that it's not over for the two of you, they will never let you go again. Growth. Well, this is all about your person growing up. Yes, and look, it has a clock on there too. Can't see what time it says. It is teeny weeny. But time machine, growth. Your person is growing up. And you know what, guys? They need to. They need to go through this growth. And it's not just about them finding that emotional maturity and stability. It is also about them just going through the spiritual growth and awakening as well that they very much need in order to be this partner for you. And that is part of that Judgment card also, because they're already saying here, I just wish we could make it different. I wish we could go back in time. I wish that we could go back to the future, like the movie with the DeLorean zooming through that portal there. And they're hoping it's not over for the two of you. And they are praying that you are going to give them this opportunity for this restoration that comes with that Judgment card. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. Let's see what else we need to hear. The Sun. And this deck, the Sun comes with number 1, which is all about beginning. The Sun is all about healing, actually. It is all about the sun coming out and shining on this relationship again. The sun coming out and shining on your person and on you, on the two of you being able to restore this partnership with each other. The sun comes out after a period of troubles, after storms, after darkness, after tribulations. The sun tells us to remain hopeful and optimistic about what we are going through and experiencing. That change for the better is on the way. And this is definitely something your person is hoping for as well. This is about being able to have a happy, fulfilling, harmonious, loving, balanced, giving partnership with your person, because the sun is the attainment of all of these things, an abundance of love, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of joy and stability in this relationship, because they've done the growth, or they're doing the growth that they need to do by looking back in time and seeing where they screwed up to make sure that they don't make these same mistakes again. That is what your person is saying here. So, amen to that. Hallelujah. And this is definitely what needs to happen here for this situation for you and your person, because they need to take ownership and responsibility for the things that they have done wrong here. And that is part of this Judgment card. I have so much regret. Judging themselves. I feel bad for how I treated you. Judging themselves. I'm embarrassed when I think of all of my behaviors and the words that I said. Yes, feeling that remorse and that regret. But this is what they need to feel. This is what they need to go through, because this is what's causing them to grow, evolve, and change, so that they can make their way back towards you and be honest and trustworthy and real, and allow the two of you to rebuild this happy, harmonious, fulfilling relationship as well. Let's see what else we need to know. What other messages does the universe want to share, please? Sorrow. Well, your person does feel sad, and I feel that they feel sad because they're embarrassed for their behaviors and their actions that were so hurtful to you, to the relationship, and to themselves. This hurt them too, guys, in a different way, obviously. I mean, but they're having to also take on all of that regret and that guilt for how they treated you. And that doesn't feel good. And your person does not feel good for it either, because they're not happy with themselves for how they treated you. Because truly, you were innocent of all of this. You didn't deserve them to treat you the way they did. And they know that they did wrong here. But again, that is why they are in this place that they are right now, saying a prayer. And if you look at this guy on this card, he looks like he's saying a prayer, looking up to heaven, doesn't he? Saying, oh, I pray it's not over for us. I pray there's more to come to our story, because I really made a lot of mistakes here, but I'm not going to make them again, because I've learned my lesson and I know how to be a better partner now. And I know how to not be afraid, because I've worked through all of my fears and my insecurities and everything else. And I'm ready for another plot twist. I'm ready for the plot twist where I show back up in your life so that we can start building this relationship again. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective? Thinking, missing you, craving, and desiring you. And they are. This is why they're praying that it's not over for you. This is why they are stuck on you. And that is part of that hangman, your person being stuck on you. Yes, that is a song. Isn't that Lionel Richie, guys? Stuck on you. Got a feeling down deep in my soul, or something like that. That might be Lionel Richie. That might be one I get right. But I'm sure, I don't know if I get it right or not, guys. But there you go. But it's about them being stuck on you, literally missing you, craving you, desiring you, wanting to have you back in their life as well. That is part of what is happening for this person. They can't stop thinking about you. This is why they're hoping that they still have a chance to get back with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know about what is going on in this situation with this person? What do we need to hear, please? Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, and karmic lessons. You know, sometimes we will repeat karmic lessons from past lives. I'm not talking about karmic people here, guys, just karmic lessons, although there could be karmic lessons with karmics as well, although that sounds a little bit like a riddle at the moment, or one of those things, that they're tongue twisters or whatever they are, she sells seashells kind of things, karmic lessons. But this is really about repeated patterns. And so what I feel your person is able to see here is that the way that they have treated you seems to be repeated patterns from past relationships or past lives, the way that they did things in past relationships in their past lives as well. So they are taking on the ownership of all of this, and they are saying here, I need to make changes. I need to do different. I need to understand these repeated patterns that I've had in my relationships to make sure that I never do that again. And this can bring your person as well greater healing, greater understanding of, I don't know where I'm going to put this card, obviously. Greater healing and understanding of these patterns, of these behaviors that cause them to act out in ways that were hurtful to you and embarrassing to them. That can be part of something that they're going through and experiencing as well. But also, they're acknowledging here that yes, we do share a past life with each other. And I am so much more aware of this connection now than I have ever been before, because I know that we have something that still needs to be explored with each other. And I know that it is time for us to start making our way back to each other, which is why I've been praying that it's not over for us. This is why I'm hoping that you're going to give me this chance to make my way back to you and to treat you this time with so much greater love, so much greater respect and dignity than I did in the past, because I have learned my lesson and I don't want to go through or experience anything like this ever again. Because if you're willing to give me this chance to come back and be with you, you will see that I can be a much better partner than I was before, because I need you in my life. I am embarrassed about what I've done, and I want to be the partner who can show you that I have changed and transformed. I have been judging myself really harshly, and I'm taking ownership for the things that I did wrong in this relationship with you, because I don't want to do these same things ever again. It's time for me to blast through these repeated patterns, confessions, unveiling, coming clean, and messages. So you guys watching the reading, I do feel that your person is going to communicate with you, because we do have cards of communication here with that Knight of Wands, with this Ace of Swords. Those are cards of communication, but your person wants to confess to you as well. They want to explain all of this to you. They're hoping that you're going to forgive them as they apologize and speak their truth that comes with that Ace of Swords. They're hoping you're going to forgive them and allow them the opportunity to start over and start fresh, so the two of you can start building this relationship again. But they're holding on to this connection, and they're holding on to the love that they feel for you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? Mend. I want to fix our connection. Yes, and they do. This is why they're praying. It is not over for you. They do want to fix it, but they're going to do so much more now with you in terms of being all in this relationship with you. They have to apologize, first of all, and that's going to be part of that mending process. But then you will see, as you start spending time with your person, that they are different, that this experience has provided for them a very powerful learning experience about how you treat people, about how you don't act and react just because you have fears, just because you have old emotional wounds or anything like that. This is about your person saying here, yes, I want to repair our connection. I want to fix this between the two of us. I had stuff from the past that has held me back, but I can see that I should not have allowed any of it to negatively impact this relationship with you. And I have so much regret and remorse for allowing all of my issues, all of my stuff, all of my fears, my insecurities, and whatever else to cause me to damage this relationship and damage you. Your person knows that they should have done things differently, and that is what they have been saying throughout this whole reading. But as they show up, they will. You will see a difference in this person because they want this opportunity to hold on to you. Have a new beginning. Be a better communicator. Rejuvenate this situation between the two of you because they are definitely praying it is not over for you guys. I want to tell you the truth. This is about them coming clean about everything, about all of this, about why they behaved the way they did, about why they embarrassed themselves, about why they are ashamed of their behaviors, about how they let their fears grow and then explode out of them to create this disconnect between the two of you. They're going to explain all of this to you, so you have an understanding within you, so that you know that it's nothing that you didn't do or nothing that you did do or didn't do or did say or didn't say, that it's all something that is just coming from inside this person that caused them to react badly. Your person wants to make amends and they want to apologize. That is all of this Ace of Swords, sword of truth coming out of your person being real and being authentic with you because they regret how they treated you. They feel the heaviness of that so much in their heart and in their soul that it's really difficult for them. This is why they are praying that it is not over for the two of you, and that when they reach out to communicate with you, to confess all of this and discuss it with you, that you will give them this opportunity to explain themselves and allow them this opportunity to start over with you by showing you that they will act differently and treat you differently because they have learned their big life lesson here throughout this whole time you've been in separation. And they want to show you that they can love you the way that you need them to love. And they won't act out like this towards you anymore. No more of this ignoring stuff. No more ghosting. No more running. If you are going to allow them the opportunity to have this fresh start with you, because your person has learned through all of this that treating you the way they did embarrassed them. It humiliated them, and they are feeling so much regret and remorse, and they want to right all of the wrongs that they created in this relationship with you by being the partner you need them to be. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you. Have a great day, everyone.